What's up, y'all? Coming to you live from Spanish Fork, Utah, on our 11th episode. Welcome to Elevate Podcast. We're here with our brother, BJ. Today will be his episode, and we'll be listening to some of the stories and gems that he has prepared for us. Off camera, we got our brother Sal, who made the trip with us, Chip, the little dog, and the lovely Mrs. Pulu off camera, our sister Melody. So, thank you for being here with us. Bees, thanks for being here with us, letting us be here. Let's get into it. Huh? Maybe, how about introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yep. My name's BJ Pulu. From West Valley City, Utah. Raised there, same house. Went to the same elementary, same junior high, same high school. I got 3 older sisters and 2 older half brothers that live in California. And I'm the youngest of all the kids. So, yeah.
Okay.
BJ's not no stranger to the podcast. He was actually with us on a previous episode where we did his dad. So I guess that's a good segue. How did that feel?
That was I appreciated that opportunity and you guys giving this platform to have my dad tell those stories. I think that it'll be nice. I was telling John too. It'll be nice that my kids will have that in the future to watch, and nice for me too to watch and always look back on.
I think that episode was the first episode where I seen kind of the reason why we did this podcast take place. How me and John always talked about why we wanted to do this was to hear stories from our older family members. So seeing that, man, like, it was dope. Just to see our vision kind of take fruition. Yeah, so we'll touch on that more, but anything else you want to share or any questions you guys have right now? Even off camera, you guys have questions?
Started from when you were younger. You started playing football 8?
Yeah, yep.
So you played football from 8 all the way to college. Did you start playing football because you love playing football? Or why did you start playing football and why did you continue playing football?
I think I remember the day that my dad, I think he set it all up. He drove to the football sign-ups at Hunter Park. And we were sitting in the truck. I remember, well, from what I remember, I guess I was little, but my dad, he looked at me and he was like, you sure you don't want to play football? And I was like, I don't know. I told him, I think I want to play soccer. And he's like, kind of like, you sure you want to play football? I was like, I guess I'll try it out.
All right, Butch, I guess. You're not letting up on this.
He's like, do you want to play football or do you want to play football?
Yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's confusing. The language.
So what kept you in football the whole time?
I thought it was fun. I thought it was well, I guess looking back at it now, I think it was good for me because I feel like I'm a pretty lazy person, or I was a lazy kid too. I didn't really want to do much, and so I feel like that definitely helped me get out of the house and like, I guess, make friends, and get exercise. Like, for real, like, it wasn't for football, but I don't think people would have saw much of me.
You're like Sasquatch. He's like, oh shoot, who's that guy over there? What was that?
What did you like about the sport?
I did like the contact. I feel like it was like
I'll tell you right now, it's not too many people that gave me a headache during football, and the biggest headache I got was from a guy on my own team, and it was you, man. Like, I don't know if you remember the play either, but you blitzed and I was guard, and I had to pick you up, and I was like, "Frick, dude!" I hit, and then you went back like it was nothing, and I was like, "Dog, I can't see right now." I've hit hard people, like the heavy people, but none of them had the impact that you had as far as contact. I don't know how you guys feel.
Nah, same, for real. I feel like it was the bullring. Give me special powers.
I don't know why I thought that helmet was hella cool.
It was hard. Hey, no, it was hard, bro. No, for real. Hardest head in the world. I think we, at Granger, we were gifting ourselves nicknames.
Yeah.
And because we're related, we start calling each other, ourselves the Bash Brothers.
Yeah.
And especially for Bees, I'll say his name was probably, it was raised in the hitting ranks within the team, even as freshmen. You know what I'm saying? Hella fast. So low key, yeah, I'll give you the credit for that. I was biting off that name for real. I'm not saying I'm a slump, but yeah, no. Bees, Bash Brothers. It's cool.
No, that's how I felt, bro. Like thinking about it, like this whole week, I was like, man, I played against a lot of athletes, especially in rugby, and I've gotten hit good. You know what I mean? Like good hits and all that. Bro, I've literally played against like international players from Tonga, Fiji, Samoa, New Zealand. One of the captains for the Maori All Blacks, I played against him. And I tackled him, and I've gotten tackled by him. And I'm telling you, bro, I've never gotten hit the way that BJ hits. And it's crazy. Like, yeah. Bro.
Even at Dixie. Even the 1 month you played football. It was crazy because we would mix with the boys, like the football boys. And I just remember the day you came back and forgot the poly long hair. But he was like, "Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy lays hat." I was like, "Oh, that's my cousin." Like even the little bit you over there, like just people just knew. As soon as they seen your work, you're like, "Oh yeah, he can hold his own."
Mm-hmm. Bro, that's what Nokia was saying at Snow. Same thing because Bees moved from middle linebacker to fullback.
Yeah.
And then he played fullback there, and Nokia was telling me, he was like, "Bro, all the middle linebackers are like, bro, I hate it when he's in." It's like, it is the worst.
Where does that come from? Like, because when I hit, I ain't gonna lie, like, I feel like I can hit pretty hard, but I still feel pain when I hit hard. I feel like you feel no pain.
No, I think it was a stress reliever. Because
I would not have guessed you as the angry player type, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
or like an outlet for, because I don't really get angry much. I guess outside of football, but I feel like on the field I could let it out.
Mm-hmm. Dang, so you really are water boy.
That's the best movie, by the way.
It's not Butch Jr., it's Bobby Jr.
So what made you want to quit football? Because, bro, you're talented. You went to Dixie, true freshman, right? They were starting you at middle linebacker. You came back from your mission, went to Snow, same thing. Like, you were bad, bro. So you had all the talent, the skill, the ability. You're smart as hell. Why did you stop?
Well, I guess insecurity. I feel like insecurity got the best of me after Snow. Because I feel like, so I was trying out for middle linebacker when I walked on at Snow, but they're pretty much they pulled some of the linebackers apart because there's hella kids trying out for linebacker, and they pulled like a group of us away. And they're like, "Hey, we're running the I from like I can't remember whatever it was," and they're like, "We need some fullbacks," which was kind of them hinting at us like, "You guys are hella slow, but we could use you guys somewhere." But it was whatever to me because I was like, I just want to get on the field, and But I felt like I tried my hardest to do that. But then after, when I came back home, that was just spring ball. When I came back home that summer, I was just like, man, I think I'm done. I didn't really feel like I needed to do anything more with that. Maybe kind of just move on with my life.
Do you feel like you didn't see like a potential of moving forward? Like, do you think you're like, oh, I'm just gonna be like done, like because I don't see a future, or was it like?
I don't know. I guess I feel like I just didn't see myself doing it anymore. Just for the joy of it, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All good things though. Like, was it hard to come to grips with that, or like to get to that point, or was it just kind of a moment where you're like, you know, I think I'm good?
Yeah, I think I kind of buried it down deep to where like, oh, like I'm not gonna play anymore. Like, and like I wasn't able to really like properly come to terms with that till later. At least from what I felt like to myself. But and I kept telling, I was like, man, I don't think I was really that good, you know. I just kept telling myself too. I was like, I'm not gonna make it, bro.
That's part of that's where you're saying insecurity might have gotten.
Yeah. So
When you say, like, you're telling yourself you weren't good enough, so no, everybody around you was telling you you're good enough.
right. Yeah.
Why would you listen? Why wouldn't you listen to the people around you, or why didn't you?
I feel like that's part of an even deeper insecurity of like I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't believe people when they compliment me.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'm crying.
It's good, man.
I think it's a worth issue. If which is just within myself. If I think it's not good enough, then it's not good enough. And I guess I just leave it at that.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't matter what anybody else tells you. Type.
Yeah.
Like if it's not right within you, or if it's not sufficient for yourself, it's hard to take in any kind of positivity.
Yep.
towards it, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think, and this is just for us, like future reference, like does us saying like you work there, does that kind of push it down further, or is it kind of irrelevant what we say? You know what I mean? Because knowing that, like, I moving forward, I don't ever want to like make it worse.
Right. No.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Honestly, don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what helps it or what doesn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, because if it hurts it, man, I know it hurt a lot because you had everybody around you.
yeah.
Like, man, you're this, you're that, you do this, you're the best at this. Like, I can only imagine like, the pain you're fighting. And all you guys are liars. Like, I don't think it's just like you're telling yourself, but like it's also the people around you. Like, you can't take it as no, all you guys are lying to me, and I kind of start like resenting them a little bit.
Do you feel like it was like pressure? Like everyone was building you up that you felt like you had so much pressure?
I think part of it, yeah. I think there was like, and I don't blame it on anyone around me. I blame it on like me internally.
You know, it's crazy, and I was gonna bring this up later, but I feel like all of us in our own family were kind of like seen as the golden child of the family, but you were kind of like a higher extent of us
Yes, sir.
You were like the golden child of the golden children.
Yeah, like that's why I love it because all of us can speak personally to the pressure that we felt within our own families. But I felt like within our group, you were also put on a pedestal that it's unfair pressure that was added to you. So I don't know if you want to touch on that.
Yeah, no, I was talking to John about this yesterday, actually. And I hated that. I hated it growing up. But I also don't blame anyone for that stuff because, you know what I mean? It's me personally if I decide to internalize that or not. And so, yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Not that I don't know why I'm like, so... I probably should have tried to cry before this. Should have watched some sad videos on TikTok.
Nah, I think it's good, honestly, bro, because of, you know, you already know I'm a really big believer and advocate of like mental health and all that. And a lot of times we cry in these maybe awkward moments. It's because of that inner child is trying to speak out and say, hey, I'm still here. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to heal. I'm still trying to work through this stuff. Like, I just kind of need you to guide me through it. You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. Like, just let it be what it is. Let your inner child cry. Because probably you've pushed it down so long that your younger BJ's like, nah, man, like, I need to let this out because I haven't spoken about this even to my brothers that we were raised together. You know what I mean? And so it's cool, bro. You don't have to keep pushing him down. You know what I mean? If you want to cry, cool. But if not, you want to do it on your own time, just make sure you do it. You know what I mean? So.
Anything else?
Yeah. Really deep, real quick.
I know.
Yeah.
Do you think it was hard growing up as the youngest with three older girls in the house? Do you think that kind of played a role in how you see the world or see yourself?
I think so, a little bit. I feel like I just don't want to let anyone down, you know. I just don't want to let my sisters and my parents. I don't even want to let you guys down. I'm not. I think I just put a lot of that pressure on myself for almost for no reason, kind of. Because I also know one of the things I know for sure is that you guys love me no matter what. So it's not like I was ever gonna disappoint you guys. So
I don't think that just stems from you putting your pressure on yourself. Honestly, I think that's the pressure that comes. Like, I think there's pressure that comes with being the black sheep of the family. There's also pressure with like people looking at you as the example of the family. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's you putting it on yourself. Like, it's naturally that it went to you. Just the way, your dynamic in the family. But I think that, like what John says, like, is 100% correct. Like, we got to talk about it so we can move on from it. Not move on, but like heal from it. Mm-hmm. I think I noticed it a lot with my own family. Just recently when my dad passed away, everyone came, hey, you're the man of the family now, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I was like, I don't, like, I will, obviously, I know what I'm going to do, but at the same time, I don't want that pressure on me. But I think if I was younger and this happened, I would feel so much pressure to put that on myself. Like, all right, now I got to provide, now I got to do this, now I got to do that. Because you guys, Sal's always the person that tells me, that's why I love Sal, and I wish he would get on camera, but he's always blunt. He's like, hey, man, you need to be selfish a little bit. Mm-hmm. And that's the one thing I love that Sal always will tell me is, it's time for you to be selfish, Donovan. Like you do so much for the family, and I think that's just all of us. We put so much pressure, and I think because I was able to talk to these two a lot, I feel like I healed a lot from putting that on myself. So that's why I love that you're talking about it right now.
Something I thought about, because like kind of like what Nico just said, like it kind of got deep real quick.
It did.
Make it a little bit light. Tell us about, man. There's this famous game you guys used to play in Guatemala. What was it?
What game?
The cat game.
Nah, that was a weird game. I don't even remember it.
Can you just tell us what it is?
No, I only played it twice, but it was I thought it was weird when they first started doing it. I was like, what the heck?
But it wasn't weird enough to be able to still play the second time.
Well, if everybody gets into it, and it's like, all right, I'll act like a cat.
So just tell us what was it? How do you play it,
it's practically like trying to make the other person laugh by acting like a cat, and like whatever means necessary. And
Let's play.
yeah.
Can you show us?
We'll just show us.
You go first.
Yeah. Will you just like demonstrate how to do it? Hey, bro. All right, so this is how you play.
If you get the premium,
Cat game's not for free.
look at our Patreon.
So BJ served his mission in Guatemala. He comes home from his mission, and we're at his parents' house. And this guy's like, "Hey, you guys want to play this cool game?" He was like, "We played it in Guatemala." So he's like, "Oh, everyone just kind of standing in a circle." Bro, this guy got on his hands and knees and started purring like a cat and rubbing up on us like a cat. He's like, "Whoever laughs is the next cat."
I forgot where I was at.
Bro, he was all up in it, bro. He's like,
That's it.
"Oh my gosh."
Oh, damn, I'm back.
Not a lot of games in Guatemala. Don't throw a rock.
You talk to the people in Guatemala, he's like, nah, he made up that game.
We're all watching. We've never played that. Don't say that was us.
We call it Elder Pulu.
You guys know the cat game? You mean Elder Pulu?
It's an American game. You guys want to play?
Okay.
Since we talked about Guatemala, like, is there any, like, what's the craziest moment or craziest thing you've seen out there?
No, my first day getting out, not in the MTC. Well, the MTC was kind of wild because the city is super busy, and a lot of people drive motorcycles out there. And not only do they drive motorcycles, but they like fit their whole families on the motorcycle. Yeah, it's wild. Like you see the husband driving, and you see the mom on the back, and then you see two kids jammed in between them.
Dang.
And that was kind of like we're on the bus going to the MTC, and I was like, man, this is wild. And we got to the MTC in Guatemala, and it's gated. It's like a gated building, and there's security guards with shotguns outside, just like doing their patrol. And then after getting out of the MTC and actually going to my area, that was the biggest culture shock. Just dirt roads, the housing, just concrete houses with the tin roofs. It was humbling.
Yeah.
It was humbling for sure.
It was like jungle.
Yeah, it's like a jungle.
God.
The area I was in specifically is called Peten. I was in that area for like 18 months of my mission. It's the hottest place in Guatemala, at least according to the people in Peten. But it was hot. It was hot. And but the people out there are very humble. And they really are like they'll take their shirt off their back and give it to you. There's one experience where was in an area called Makanche, and a random guy. Not even there wasn't even. There's only a family of members out in that area, and that was it. But I was walking by and I seen this guy wearing a San Francisco Giants shirt, and I walked by. I was like, "Yeah, I like your shirt. That's my mom's favorite team." He didn't know what he was wearing, and but then he took his shirt. He took the shirt off. He took his shirt off and he gave it to me. I was like, "Hey, like," I tried to tell him, I was like, "Oh, like I was just complimenting your shirt, man," and he's like, "No, like go and give it to your mom." I was like, "Damn, that's wild." And yeah, they don't have much, but they're very happy. So it's one of the best places ever, or on earth, I think.
So I was just joking about the rock joke.
Yeah.
Don't get too loud, sorry, man.
Hey,
He's like, disrespectful. You know why they didn't have a rock to throw? Because they gave it away. Were there some scary moments that you had out there?
With the tarantula, yeah. I'm deathly scared of spiders. And, one night, me and my companion were just talking, but we're like facing each other on our beds. And then there's a big rainstorm outside. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a tarantula just crawl into our room. And I jumped up hella quick onto my bed. And my companion was making fun of me because he wasn't really too scared. But, and then once my companion tried swiping at it with the broom, it went straight for his boot and just bunked in his boot. And I was just like, God. I stayed on my bed the whole time until he got it out of the house.
You got a little broom. He's like, you better get out of here.
But another scary, well, I guess kind of a scary story or like a wild story. There was a guy on our mission who supposedly got kidnapped by a group of they called them the Radical Mormons. That's supposedly what they were calling them around our mission. And and it was funny. We talked to so they passed around a flyer of the guy's face of who to like look out for, to like watch out for this guy. He's like dangerous to the missionaries or something. And before we got that flyer, me and my companion had talked to that guy, I think earlier that week, and he was like trying to chop it up with us. But luckily my companion was in tune with the spirit. He was like, "Oh man, this guy's kind of weird. Like, we should probably get out of here." And I was like, I thought it was cool.
And then you guys seen him on the flyer? Like,
And then, yeah, because then supposedly they, I don't know, I guess I don't know the details of that whole story, but supposedly they were, one of the missionaries got kidnapped.
That's wild.
Supposedly then, yeah.
That's crazy.
How was it being a branch president?
It was I think it was just a glorified thing. I mean, like, it was just a couple of missionaries that didn't really know what we were doing, trying to run a branch of like 15, 20 people. Yeah, it was interesting, to say the least. But it was a fun war, full of really good people. Yeah.
That doesn't happen stateside, huh? Like things like that.
No, we have enough people.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's underrated with missionaries that go to like foreign countries. Like when they get there, they're like, "Okay, I'm coming out here to be a missionary," but then the church needs something else. So you're like, "Oh crap! Now you guys got to get thrown into being a branch president rather than only a service missionary where go out and knock doors and stuff."
Did you guys knock doors?
Yeah. If they had doors, if they didn't have a door, we would just shout.
What would you say?
We'd say, "Buenas." And then you would see them, or like if they didn't want to talk to you, you just watch them walk by. All right, see you guys.
did you have like one of your favorite like spiritual experiences out there that you can share?
Yeah. Yeah, so my last 6 months on my mission, I was training one of my companions, and he was a really cool kid, Elder Brown. I liked him a lot. He's from Idaho, and he was, he came fresh in the mission. He was ready to go, and do the work. And we got into our apartment. I can't remember how long actually, but it was within those 6 months we were together. We weren't having a lot of success baptism-wise, and baptisms aren't everything on the mission, but we were like, man, we really want to find someone who's ready to be baptized. And so we prayed, and then my companion brought up, he's like, man, let's do a fast, and let's do it specifically for this. So we fasted for that, and I think the next day, a girl moved in who was a member next door to us, and she knocked on our door, and she was like, hey, I would like you guys to baptize my boyfriend. And we're like, whoa, that was like, it's kind of, it was just wild to us, I guess. And we got to meet him, and he had visited with the missionaries before for a while, and since they had moved, he wasn't able to get baptized there, and so kind of by the time we got him, we were able to get to know him and teach him a little bit, but he was already ready to go. He had that desire to do it, and I thought that was a cool experience as far as like Heavenly Father listening to us, and putting us in that position, I guess.
I think it's cool because we kind of talked about that, me and Donnie, about like, Heavenly Father cares about all your prayers, whether it's about a wallet or whether it's about like trying to help someone come into Christ through the ordinances of baptism. And it's cool that not only you guys prayed about it, but you guys put extra effort to fast about it and kind of prepare yourself to receive that gift. And so it's cool to see that if we put in our effort and search for the answers, like Heavenly Father's willing and ready to give it to you. You know what I mean? And everything that you want that is good for you, He's going to give it. You know what I mean? And so I think that's dope that, I don't know, I just like that story a lot. Just like, damn.
If I can ask, what's one thing from your mission that you've learned or have like relearned that you would say applies to you most today? I'm not just saying as a whole, just like maybe in the past week, like, or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that, I think the power of prayer, whether I'm saying it out loud or if I'm like really dwelling on it in my heart, I think that's something that stuck with me the most. I feel like whenever, and I'm not perfect, and I have a lot of things to work on, but I feel like whenever I've prayed, I've gained peace, and I feel like I've always gotten reassurance that Heavenly Father, you know what I mean, is always there for us.
Would you ever go back and visit?
Man, I feel like at this point it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like I missed that boat. I mean, it's kind of an excuse, but but it's like, I don't know what I would go back and do.
I mean, don't family trip though.
Yeah, it would be cool. It'd be cool for sure.
And they're getting a temple.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Our mission got a temple, and I was like, man, that was exciting. But after I was done, I wanted to stay there and be a taxi driver. They drive these little things, those motorcycle things called tuk-tuks.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, like usually like 1 or 2 people in the back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they deck them out, and it was like kind of a popular job. And I was like, damn, I want to give me one.
Did you try to extend?
No.
Man, how far was the temple? Now that they got one, how far was it? What was the nearest temple?
The nearest temple while I was on my mission was the Guatemala City Temple.
How far is that from?
It was 10 hours.
Bro, it's so
10 hours?
It was 10 hours on bus.
it's so crazy because me and John had a conversation where I was complaining about when I was in Arizona. Our closest was an hour drive.
Yeah.
And then I hear stories of like people from Samoa that have to fly to American Samoa, but they do it with no complaint. Like, oh yeah, and I'm over here. Dang, I gotta drive an hour in a nice AC car.
This is stupid.
It's not worth it.
Bring it closer to us.
How often would you guys go as missionaries?
Not at all.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 10 hours is.
But the members would like plan trips to go.
That's so
And
dope.
it'd be crazy to see. It was crazy to see. It was just like, dang man, like
The dedication.
they're really gonna make that trip. Good luck.
When we were doing your dad's interview, he got pretty choked up when he was talking about when he baptized you. What were your thoughts what thoughts were going through your head when he was talking about that stuff?
No, I thought it was obviously I think it was it was a special moment for both of us. Like seeing my dad make that change, but still being kind of still young enough to not see the full picture of how he changed. I think it was a blessing for our family for sure. Yeah, and I'm glad he changed his life for himself as well.
Yeah, I thought that moment when he was talking about it was just dope. Like, because I felt like we never heard that story. You know what I mean? Like, you've experienced it, but to hear about, like, how much it meant to him, like, that's something I never heard. You know what I mean? And so I thought that was cool for him to express it, and cool for you to be able to be there in the moment to be able to receive that as well. You know what I mean? So, like, as a grown man with kids and a wife and a home, like, how old are you? 31?
Yeah, 31.
32? You know what I mean? From 8 to 32, like, has that ever been expressed? You know what I mean? How it filled his heart with joy, like, that much.
Yeah.
You know, so, I don't know. Just thought to ask you what your thoughts were, you know.
Was there anything you knew about your dad during that episode?
No, man, not that I can think of in the moment. I have to go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, towards the end, we were all like, That was a lot I learned. Like, the story was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, bro. Like, Donovan brings it up a lot. The wine and the...
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't
As
know
a
that
matching
one.
one?
I didn't know that one.
I was like, bro, that is a crazy story,
Yeah.
bro.
You just stealing wine out here?
Yeah,
Not the tithing plate
And
game.
the tithing plate, buddy?
I was like, yeah, I'd send you to Samoa too, bro. I'm not even Catholic. Yeah, go ahead. Leave.
Speaking of fathers, I mean, like we're talking about your father. How has that been for you?
Man, it's been it's eye opening. I think for me, being in charge of 2 other kids. I think it's challenging, but it's also rewarding. Yeah, I guess it's hard to express, you know, I mean, the love I have for my kids, and being able to do anything for them. But it is also like a lot of introspection on my part, and like how I am as a person, and what things do I need to change for them, what things do I need to work on for them, so that they don't experience some of those things as well. Like kind of what we were talking about earlier about like putting so much pressure on myself. Like I don't want them to put so much pressure on themselves or to feel that way at all. And like how can I help that? Yeah, it's fun for the most part.
I don't know if it's the same for you, but would you say, well, we've heard the saying before, like kids teach us more than we could ever teach them. How true is that statement for you?
Yeah, no, I think that's 100%.
I asked that question just because in my life with my son, as much as I try to guide and direct him and stuff like that, he is literally like a mirror of me. So the good things that I do, he picks up. The bad things I do, he picks up.
Yeah.
So from the cussing to everything else, being a father has definitely taught me a lot. And you got two. I only got one, you know what I'm saying? Boy and a girl, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Best of both worlds. That's cool.
What lessons have you learned from your kids?
Yeah, yeah, like Nico said, really my habits. They literally imitate whatever you do. Yeah, my Enzo will start scratching the same way I scratch. I've really been trying to stop scratching my face like this because I don't want my kids to do that as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we seen Bees like. What you doing, Bees? Oh, I was just scratching.
Bro, I remember this one time. Freaking, all I hear was. I was like, what the? We're in BJ's room at Auntie Jan's house. And I was like, what the hell is that? He goes, bro, I look down, this dude is rubbing his feet against each other. I was like, oh, hell no. Oh no, he's gonna start a fire.
He's over there. Trying to get this fireplace started.
Ooh, it's cold in here.
There's us on the couch. No, it's cold down here. Never
Hey, I'm sorry for that.
No, that was the house.
Come downstairs, all of us with cushions on us.
Everybody's buried in the couch.
Have you ever heard that story, bro?
Yes.
The beach not giving blankets to anyone.
Yeah, I was always the first one to fall asleep, and I would obviously go to my room.
I don't know about always first to go to sleep. We was always first to wake up though. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Early bird, man. Everybody waking up, BJ sitting there on the sticks, bro. Taking on full force.
I remember a story with Sal. We were that Marvel Ultimate Alliance game. We were up late playing it, and I was like falling asleep while we were playing. And at one point, I knocked out, and I wake up, and Sal took my controller and was playing. Because in that game, the two you can't move without the other player moving. You gotta move as a group. And I remember that. I was like, oh shit, sorry.
Check me back in.
I was like, I'm built for this.
And that's when
Unbothered.
we knew.
That was the gamer.
That's crazy.
Never playing video games with this
This guy's like not to last.
How long have you been married?
6 years, 6.5 years.
What lessons have you learned from marriage?
I need to communication. So, well, it's something I'm still working on. I guess again, even with kids, but also with marriage, like I've had to do a lot of be introspective about myself, like my habits and what I do and what I don't do, and things that I should try to do to strengthen our marriage. And communication is a big one because I feel like me and my wife, like, and mostly my part, like I don't communicate. I just do it, or I don't do it, and yeah, I feel like that's something that I've learned and I'm still trying to learn. Still trying to be better, I guess, about that.
Bro, me and you both.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, bro, must run in the family.
You too, Seth? No, I communicate well.
We don't have those problems around here. It's communication. I feel like is a big thing. Definitely a big thing in marriage. And I don't know if you're like me, but I heard you say you internalize a lot of things, or you just have a habit of internalizing. In those times when you feel you're miscommunicating, do you feel like you already have it all figured out? Like you've had the conversation with yourself in your head?
Sometimes, yeah.
You're just like leaving your wife on the side, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Because I feel like it does. I just wanted to touch on the communication part because in my life, it's kind of been like it can be effective, but you're not keeping like your team player in mind, like your teammate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were co-captains in this. It's brought a lot of rifts in my marriage, in my life, and that's something I'm working on getting through. Well, not getting through, but just becoming, as far as like a more communicative partner. You know what I'm saying? What steps do you take, or like what helps you to be reminded to like be more communicative in the times where you're kind of like in your head about things, or just like figuring it out on your own?
Yeah, I feel like it's I guess it's a feeling like I don't want to. I guess I don't want to do my part, or no, I don't want to not do my part in our marriage, and I don't want to. I guess I want both of us to be happy and both of us to be, I guess, like you said, just be a team and be in harmony, I guess. And I feel like I think probably more about the moments where I didn't communicate and it was a big issue, and I guess just not wanting to get back to that of like I have to learn from it or else I'm just gonna stay in that same spot. Like we have to build. We can't, like I don't want it to get to a point where it's like, okay, what are we doing? Like, is this gonna work or not? Like, or are things gonna change, or are we just gonna keep doing the same thing and not be happy, both of us? And how is it gonna look to the kids? A healthy communication, and like, what are they gonna learn from that? Because everything, I think, like we all know, is everything starts in the home. Like, well, like where kids learn their own world, I guess. So I guess not that all that flashes through my mind, but yeah, I guess those are just some of the things. And like I say, I'm not perfect. Like there's more times than not that I don't think about it and I still do the same thing or make the same mistake, and it's just beating a dead horse.
You mentioned earlier that you found it hard to receive like recognition or compliments. from people. Was it or is it still hard to like congratulate yourself or like appreciate your progress and not just look at like what you haven't done?
I think I've been better at it as of recently. I feel like I've been in a way trying to pat myself on the back.
Give yourself high fives.
Yeah. And then try to keep the thought away of like, why are you doing that?
You're not there yet. Buddy. You're not that guy. I hear you.
But yeah, I think something I've been trying to work towards.
Something that you talked about yesterday was getting out of your feelings. Like, how have you, because it sounds like it's the same topic, but how have you done that? But like, just put your feelings aside and focus on the facts. Like, nah, like, I did that. Like, you talked about like a job that you used to do, it used to take you 3 hours, now it only takes you 1 hour. You know what I mean? How have you like trained your brain to recognize those moments and get out of your feelings and focus on the facts?
Yeah, no, and I think it's just that, just like knowing that it's like you did it, like there's no way around that. That's like what you did.
Yeah.
And so it's like you just accept that, you know what I mean? You did it, you were able to do it. You did a good job, and that's it. Just leave it at that. Don't think any more about it. I guess trying to like accept it and then move on. Like accept and move on.
Yeah.
And not to dwell on things. So I feel like, what are these? Like an idle mind is the devil's plaything or something like that. Playground. And I feel like if I'm not trying to stay on, like accept it, move on, and try to do anything more positive, or trying to do another positive thing, then I'll just start dwelling on the negative things and be like, oh shit, like you're a piece of shit.
You did a good job, but you could have done this better. Like, damn.
But
I do feel like, to a point, it's a good thing to have that still.
yeah,
But just like you're saying, the dwelling part, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, like accept, like be at peace with where you're at and where you're going, like what you've done so far, and like keep elevating, keep, you know what I'm saying, keep making it better from here on out. Not like, dang, could have done that, you still could have done that, and then affecting the next time that comes up, because now you already have everything built up in your mind about, well, you kind of screwed up last time. There's a high probability you might do it again. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's this thing I read in a book. It's called the negative cycle, and you kind of like spiral down when you just like you could compound positive things, but you could also compound negative things. You could do 9 out of 10 things right, but that 1 out of 10, we compound it into negative things, and then we kind of like put random things in there where it's like not even part of the situation. Mm-hmm. It's like, damn, like I could have done better at this job. Also, I effed up at home and didn't change the toilet paper, and it's like, bro, like those don't even connect, but you're like compounding it into a 10 out of 10 of negativity where you're like, I'm a piece of crap. Like, no, you just added random things to your plate. I keep having this thought come to mind, so I'm just gonna ask it. What are the things that you love the most about your wife?
I think my wife, she's very disciplined, and that's something I need in my life. Because I feel like I don't have that as much, and I feel like she like. If my wife wants to get something done or wants something, like, she's gonna make it happen, and she does it with the quickness, and it's like, damn, I thought we had some time. Like I'm a big procrastinator as well, and I think that. My wife helps with that. And I think she's helped me with trying to accept love from others and from myself as well. Or helping me with that and building me up. And trying to help me build, like you're saying, just help build me up on facts and on a real foundation, and also not afraid to tell me, what needs to be worked on. Not afraid to tell me the truth, and I think those are, and she's an amazing mom. I'm grateful for that.
I love that. Did you?
No.
I was gonna say one word that describes each individual in our crew.
Okay. For Nico, I think for me it was I guess example.
Bad example. Okay.
Nah,
Personal story that I've been keeping in for a long time.
nah. I really think because I really feel like I try to copy Nico a lot when I was little. I see Nico spike his hair. I try to spike my hair. But Nico was a good student though, and I remember that because I remember being hella proud at Valley Crest. Nico got so in the 6th grade, out of all the 6th graders, Nico got the award. One of the others, so they award a girl and a boy in the 6th grade, and Nico got the award for being one of the best all around students in the 6th grade.
You don't even remember that?
Don't shake my hand. That was a long time ago.
No, I
wouldn't
remember
get that award today.
Since Daly City. Hey, that was him in San Francisco, bro.
Yeah.
Freaking when we went to school together.
Stop telling these stories, man.
Man.
No, but I remember that, and I remember because they present it in the assembly, so the whole school sees it, and I remember sitting there. I was like, "Damn, that's my cousin, man." not saying it out loud, but I was like, "Fuck yeah." I thought it was just cool, at least to me, seeing someone from our family get an accomplishment like that. I was like, hell yeah. And in sports too, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get that good, but I'm just like.
I still have that dictionary that they gave me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you do remember?
I didn't say I didn't. It's one of the few accomplishments in my life that I know.
But yeah, I feel like I looked up to Nico a lot in that way.
Hell yeah.
And then John, I feel like I was a word, like a Siamese twin. I feel like I was attached to John's hip. Whenever we were around each other. I feel like John has I feel like he has the biggest heart. And he's not afraid to show it. And I feel like even though people have sometimes seen the worst side of him, I feel like he has one of the kindest souls. I feel like he's able to see the good within a lot of people. And Sal, I feel like was a long lost brother. My first memory of Sal was at the drive-ins when we first met him. Sal, my sister Janessa was friends with Sal's sister Rosie, and we met Sal at the drive-ins, and we decided to play manhunt, and Sal went to a completely different area, and we were like, "Damn, where's this guy?" But I feel like Sal to me is the funniest in the group. Not to offend anybody.
The funniest.
Sal, I feel like is always hella witty with and he has like weird comebacks too, which I think is funny. Like it's like sometimes like out of left field, and it was like, what the. And well, I think the word that I think best describes Sal is he's also disciplined. I think Sal along with my wife, like when Sal wants to get something done, he gets it done. He sticks with it.
He wants to run a marathon.
Oh,
For real.
Yeah.
Training, I'm like, what the frick, dude?
When Sal brings up goals like that, I'm just like, I can't.
He says, "Hey, I'm gonna run a marathon and have 10 videos. I'm doing it, guys." I'm like, "This guy's really doing it, man."
Yeah, when Sal commits, he's all in, and I respect that. Donovan, I feel like Donovan is the first person I met that made me feel dumb. I feel like Donovan is smart. That's how I
You make me feel like that all the time.
That's how I describe Donovan. I feel like Donovan's really smart. Like I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm kind of smart. When I met Donovan, I was like, oh shit.
Oh, that's smart.
I always feel like I feel like things come easily to Donovan. To me, from my perspective, I feel like he can pick up on things fairly easily, and when he wants to do something, he can do it. And then Terrence, I feel like, and I hate repeating it, if I feel like it's always a good time with Terrence. I feel like with Terrence, like no matter what, he'll make you smile or laugh, and no matter what he might be going through as well, I think he brings a light to the group. And then Dumar, I feel like I also feel the same way about Dumar. I feel like there's something when I'm around Dumar, I feel like I feel the spirit. I feel like he's like a uplifting guy. Just being around him, I think he's like just has a good energy all the time. So yeah, that's. Yeah.
So you don't think I'm funny, huh?
No,
No.
Right there, funny. It's the sound number one.
Yeah, sound number one. It's me.
That wasn't that funny.
Note that.
That's a negative point.
Number 4 now.
As long as I'm ahead of Donovan, I'm cool with it.
You're not.
My last.
I don't know. He described Donovan as smart, bro.
Your descriptions made me think of when me and Nico were going to school together. And like that's how our report cards always looked. Like, Nico's smart, does really well, all that stuff. And then my report card says, John's very friendly and he's very loving to everyone. Like, fuck, dude, I can't be smart too.
Bro, those report cards stopped happening after elementary.
No, he did it, bro.
After that,
Crazy, bro.
needs work. Needs work.
No, it just needs to show up.
That too. Told you about the train.
Anything else? I think I know we just talked about like not liking compliments. Nah, man, you deserve it. I don't know if you remember when we went to Dixie and we were mixing, and one of our roommates was like, "Hey, if you take a shot, I'll take it, or I'll start mixing with you guys." And like I was super close to like, "Yeah, why not?" And then it was Beach. She said, "Are you stupid?" I said, "Oh shit." Guess I'm not gonna start drinking. But I always think back to that because, like, that was a moment I needed your example as far as that goes. And I feel like that's what I would say about you. You've always been the support system to all of us. I think, like when we ever needed somebody just to talk to, you always been there, or even just something as little as that, where it's like, "Hey, should I take the shot?" You're like, "No, you shouldn't take that shot, you dummy." I was like, "Okay, we put that down." But you always been that. There wasn't no questioning what you said, or like whenever you said something to us when it was criticism. I feel like we always knew it was out of love. So I appreciate you, man. Like, I know you don't like it, but you deserve all the love that you get from everybody.
Bro, I'll attest to that. On my mission, in the area that I was, you're leaving on your mission. And I had a long phone call with Beej, like so long that like the phone died. Like that's how it ended. But during that time, I needed that phone call, to be honest. I was on the border of getting sent home for some past experiences that I expressed to my mission president, and it went all the way up to President Monson to review, to see if I'm worthy enough to stay on the mission. But that conversation and just laughing and crying and sharing stories and all that stuff like helped me kind of stay grounded and not be in my head so much in the moment, because I was waiting for that phone call to see like, all right, like what's gonna happen. And so yeah, that example really helped me out a lot. So I feel like that's how you've always been my whole life. We always had phone calls when I lived in San Francisco or wherever I lived in the world. Those phone calls meant a lot to me. So yeah, just appreciate it, bro. Like, yeah, it's always helped. So
I love you, man.
love you too.
No, I love all you guys, man. Like, and I also feel it's like rare, like when I see you guys, and so like I was excited to see you guys and hang out, and yeah, I just hope you guys know I love you all, and always here. I know I'm down south a little bit, but you know, whatever you guys need.
The deep south.
No, we said I was driving. Where the frick are we, dude?
The streets got dark. Seen less houses. I was like, oh, here we go. Something's gonna happen. Well, I'll say two. I mean, you spoke about Terrence bringing light to the group, Dumar being such an uplifting energy. You've definitely been a light for me growing up. Ever since we moved here, I feel like it was like always you, John, and then as we got older, the boys, like always around the house. I don't know if you probably remember it, but Bees used to walk from his house to our house or get dropped off in the morning, in elementary though. Like, and he'd get there, we started at 8:20.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Bees would be there like 7 o'clock, 7:30 sometimes, even earlier. I think the times that your mom dropped you off, she was going to work, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, we'd still be sleeping. Wake up, Bees is in the front watching the TV.
Watching Charm.
Watching the news.
I would always be watching Charm with your mom. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
shit.
goodness. That shit. Don't get me started on that shit. When we were babies, it was nap time at noon and Days of Our Lives for mom. We get older, 6 a.m, she's up watching Charm. Maybe that's why you're yelling at us late at night. But nah, man, just always being around. And yeah, we heard it growing up, like, man, B's the golden child. And as much as you say you hate that, for me, and I can kind of speak for Terrence because we've talked about it before. Like, bruh, I do feel like, especially for me and like my siblings, my parents, man, you were loved, brother. Just having you around, you've seen there everything for us. You know what I'm saying? You've been there when people start getting their ass whooped. Sorry. When people start getting whooped. Yeah. People are getting chewed out. When mom makes everybody clean. I thought we were here to sleep over. Next minute, we're all cutting the grass and cleaning the house. But, man, you've always been there, Beach, and you've always been a positive influence for me. Because you know what I was into as a kid growing up and stuff like that. I don't advise that shit for other kids. But, you know, we all make our decisions. But just having you around, skipping practice. Everybody's running gassers. What game was that after? Kearns?
No, that was after Davis. They
Oh.
lost like 27-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they had to run that many gassers.
Heck of gassers. It was our junior year. Our first year at Hunter. Yeah, me and Bees was like, screw that, I'm not going to practice. Brought a little bit of the Granger culture over there. Everybody gets off practice. Me and Bees are walking to 2C's car to get our pads out of his truck. He's like, oh, thanks. We're like, oh, thanks, CJ. He's looking at us like, damn. Everybody was dying that day. It's a good memory for me. I know I pressured Bees a little bit into that, but you were right there, Bees. I appreciate it. Love you, brother.
No, I love you guys, man.
Me, man. What?
End this off?
Send us off?
Yeah.
No, I gotta ask the question.
Oh. Let's go. All right. You're trapped in this room, okay? All by yourself. And you gotta kill this animal. Which one would you choose? A wolverine, an anaconda, or a crocodile?
The crocodile.
Thank you. Why?
I don't know. I mean, I think I'd die anyways. But I think a crocodile, like, this shit, if you get on top of it.
What? Everyone says, well, what are you going to do when you get on top of it?
Then you hit him with the palm. With the Buddhist palm,
There's
I'm
no-
sorry, bro.
There's nothing you're going to do on top of a crocodile.
Kill him.
We got to get more snake wrestlers on here to be on Donovan's side.
I got dying. That's all
I
I
know,
know.
dude.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking Zion messed me up,
A
man.
snake, though, dude?
Who?
A snake? I think I'd take the Wolverine over the snake.
You would take a wolverine over a snake?
No, that's some crazy stuff.
All right, brother. That brave. They fight bears. Can you
Yeah,
fight
but
a bear?
like, how big are the Wolverines? I remember, like, the one in Hunter.
Oh.
The one out. Oh, the one in the glass.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, the
It's
stuffed
like
one.
how big it was.
It was dead, Beach.
Give me that specific one to fight against.
Bring that back to life. Done.
Wolverines can kill bears. Bears.
Yeah, I
F
just
Wolverines.
don't see myself.
You're not big as a bear.
I just don't see myself getting in a snake though. Like it's gonna get out of anything I try to do. Like if I try to grab it,
Start wrapping my arms up. Break
You-
your
you're-
arms.
then
There's
Then
no
what
way
do you
you're
do?
fast enough to get a wolverine, though. Wolverines
I've
are
never
too
Just
had
because
agile.
you're not fast enough.
Sal's the fastest. Sal, can you kill a wolverine? No? See? Don't worry about it. Try your best with an anaconda.
I just don't think the beach could bend to any of these things.
Yeah, see?
oh man,
Flexibility.
yeah.
That's why he's not going to choose the snake. It's his exact opposite.
It's his kryptonite.
I think, is that the last question?
No, unless you have, yeah.
Well, I was going to say, if we're sending it off, we got to ask, what in your life has helped most what in your life has helped you elevate the most, or just has helped you elevate? Period.
I would say prayer. I think I think I wouldn't be, you know what I mean. I feel like I've prayed to be where I'm at now. I feel like I've prayed for it, and and then a lot of times I feel like I'm blind to that, and I don't appreciate the blessings that He's given me. But then to realize it's like, man, these are the things I prayed for, and I need to be grateful to realize that. But I think prayer is a big thing for me.
So you just pray before you fight the anaconda.
We're Elevated Media. Thank you for joining us to hear BJ's story and have him share a little bit about himself. And I love that, like he said before, his dad's is recorded for his kids, but now his is recorded for his kids as well. But yeah, so like, subscribe to the video, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, on TikTok, and anything else, service opportunities, please reach out to us. We want to serve the community. And yeah, thank you guys. Peace.
Love you.
Change.